Let's say you want certain things in life. It could be a love life, it could be the perfect friendship, or it could be very simple, such as your favorite dish. And when you get that, all right, you feel like you don't really deserve this. You feel like this is not what you are worthy of. Now, this exactly sums up what limiting self beliefs are. Limiting self belief is basically you placing certain conditions on yourself, like you kind of determining your own self worth. You're telling, okay, I deserve this and I don't deserve this. Now, it can be very simple. Let's say you take yourself out to a fancy restaurant and you order really amazing food, and deep down inside, you hear the little voice that comes up and says, hey, you don't really deserve this. And then, let's say you find an amazing person and you want to date that person, get into a relationship with that person. Deep down inside, that voice kind of comes up here and it kind of screams like, hey, you do not deserve this. You do not deserve this person. You do not deserve this love. And let's say you want to achieve certain things in life and you go pursue whatever you are passionate about, and then deep down, you hear that voice on your subconscious mind telling that, hey, you do not deserve this. Now, this is basically limiting self beliefs. Now, you were not born with this, all right? As a kid, when you were going around in life, you didn't really have any of these limiting self belief systems. World was a playground. You thought you could achieve anything and everything. And you literally thought if you put your heart and mind and work for it, you will achieve whatever you aspire to be. But what happened along the lines? Why, like now, when you want to, do certain things, when you want to, buy certain stuff for yourself, you feel like you're not worthy. Now, the simple answer is a series of events would have taken place as while you were a kid, while you were growing up in your teenage years, and then those events kind of shaped you. For example, let's say you were really extroverted in class, all right, as a student in your first grade, second grade, kindergarten, you're really extroverted. You were always the one who would answer any question the teacher asks. But then one day you answered, and the teacher told you to shut up, all right? The teacher was like, what the hell are you talking? That is nonsense. You're an idiot. Guess what? That will register in your brain as trauma, because as a kid, you know, your school and home are the only two things that you know. These both places are your entire world. And if you don't feel safe, if you are ashamed, if you are, feeling these emotions of guilt, pain, hate in your environments here, guess what? This will register as certain traumatic incidents in your heart and your mind. And now this will create, an imprint where your subconscious mind is like, okay, if you express yourself, guess what? You will be shamed. You will be punished. And then, you kind of start to take that into consideration. And the next time you try to open up, you're unable to open up. Now, next time you want to open up, your mind is like, look what happened the last time you tried to open up. And that's when, you kind of start to close yourself off from all of this interactions. Like you were an extroverted kid who would express your opinions freely outside, but now you have a problem doing that because of this imprint that has happened, and now it has created a limiting self-belief where you believe that you are not good enough. You believe like nobody likes what you say. You believe that nobody's interested in your words. Nobody's interested in your ideas. Like nobody wants to talk to you. Well, that is not true. That is so far away from the truth. A series of unfortunate events happened, and now you take that event into consideration. It's because of all the trauma that is being stored inside you, all right? And that creates a limiting self-belief. And now when you start, creating this as a pattern, like wherever you go, you're like, okay, that happened here, and your brain, your mind doesn't, classify all these traumatic events like, okay, this happened at age 4, this happened at age 8, this happened when you were 12. It doesn't classify. For your subconscious mind, it's all the same. It's like a cinematic universe. It's like the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Everything is co-linked, it's connected, and you kind of connect all of this trauma together. And eventually, like when you try to express yourself, when you have had so much events that kind of pile up on the inside, it creates a negative, limiting self-belief that kind of makes you feel like nobody's interested in talking to you. That kind of makes you feel Like nobody wants to deal with you, and that you feel like an idiot when you open your mouth. All right, now how to actually overcome these limiting self beliefs? The first thing that you do is identify these limiting self beliefs. Identify what are they. And like you might have a limiting self belief when it comes to a relationship, when it comes to expressing yourself outside, when it comes to social anxiety. All right, you might have a limiting self belief on the kind of career that you want to choose. For example, you want to choose a specific career, and your mind would be like, hey, you're not good enough. All right. I mean, you were growing up in society, and society was conditioning you, telling that, okay, these are your grades. Maybe you suck at math. You probably will never make it in this career. And then you try something different. Let's say you are pretty talented at dancing, or just martial arts, and they'll be like, you can never succeed. And you literally take their words into consideration, and even society kind of conditions your subconscious mind into imprinting all these negative self-limiting beliefs. Like your limiting beliefs were shaped by not only the trauma that you experienced, it was shaped by your environment, it was shaped by the people you grew up with, it was shaped by the school you went to, it was shaped by the society as a whole. So when you're trying to overcome this limiting self-belief, how do you actually do that? Because this is kind of a pain in the ass. All right, it kind of sucks to have these limiting self-beliefs, because let's say you're really passionate about something and you want to start a project, you want to really go out there and do something, but you have this internal belief. It's kind of limiting you, and here you are your own enemy, and you're unable to achieve whatever you wanted to achieve, and you're unable to actually be in that amazing relationship that you wanted. You're unable to actually open yourself up and talk to new people, and go explore new places, build new relationships. You're unable because you believe that it's not possible for you. Now all you can do here is identify why you have these belief systems. It may be limiting self-beliefs connected to relationships, it may be connected to your career, it may be connected to you just opening up. Identify what made you believe this. Like you're blindfolded, all right, you don't want to take those blindfolds on. A better analogy is you have these VR glasses on you, these virtual reality glasses that are kind of tied, glued to your eyes, and you're just seeing that, and you have the ability to remove these glasses and look at the world outside, but you're unable to do so because of the fear of the unknown. Like, what if the whole worldview crumbles? Like, of course, you have that fear, right? Because you've been believing something for such a long time. And then when you stop believing it, it's like you're breaking a pattern, and you go haywire, you go crazy. Like, what the hell just happened? I was thinking all of this is true, and now you have to look at the world in a new colored lens. Like all this while, it was tinted gray, tinted black, and now you just took it off, wore rose-colored lens, and now you see the world in a much more brighter view. Like the world seems more pink. All right, and once you start, letting go of it, letting go of the trauma, letting go of all your limiting self-beliefs, and then you have to start reprogramming your subconscious mind and installing new belief systems. For example, you would have believed like, okay, it is not possible for me to achieve so and so, but you have to let go of the trauma associated with it. You have to let go of the limiting belief, and then you have to reprogram yourself. You have to make yourself believe that you can achieve so and so, no matter what. And it doesn't take anybody's opinion. You don't need your mom's opinion, your dad's opinion, your sister, your sugar mommies, your sugar daddies. I mean, you don't need any of their opinions. It's just you believing in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, why would anybody else believe in you? Right? Just listen to that again. If you do not believe in yourself, why should anybody else believe in you? Let that sink in and resonate with yourself. And now, once you have let go of all the trauma, once you have, just got over that limiting self-belief, it'll be so much more easier for you to install new belief systems. Like now you don't have any blockages. Like you have this method, right? People go scream affirmations in front of the mirror like a psychopath, going 3,000 million times every single day. Like, I'm happy, I'm grateful, everything's awesome, things are working out in my favor, I deserve all of this. But then you hear that internal voice like, what the hell are you trying to say? Who are you trying to fool? all right? And that blockage is your inner trauma kind of blocking you. Now, when you don't let go of your inner trauma, that blockage is always going to come and take over, and you will be unable to reprogram your subconscious mind. Let's say you have all these limiting self beliefs. You're like, oh, I cannot achieve so and so. I cannot, fulfill my life. When you try to, take steps on the external to go and fix certain things, to go and do certain things in order to help yourself, it won't really work out because you have this blockage that kind of comes in. Now, all you have to do is let go of the blockage, clear the blockage, let go of that trauma, the pain associated with it. Now, the blockage arises because you have so much emotional trauma connected to all these events, all these limiting self beliefs that you have. You just have to let go of that, clear the blockage, and it'll be so much more easier for you to actually install new belief systems. Like, let's say, if you want to believe that anything is possible, it is so much more easier for you now because you're just let go of the blockage. All right. So now it's so much more easier, and you can literally shape your mind, your body, your soul, and literally establish the connection between your heart and your mind, and things become so much more easier for you to deal with. Now, that's all it takes to overcome limiting self beliefs. And you don't have to be a slave of your own mind. Learn to take control of it, and eventually you'll learn how to take control of your reality.